What's up, guys? Sketchy here, coming at you with the 11th episode of Sketchy Unscripted. So I wasn't really expecting to do an episode about this, but I recently came across the announcement for October's comics, and I thought they were interesting enough to warrant another unscripted video. So the comics planned for release in October are Friends Forever 21 and Friendship is Magic number 35. The pairing for Friends Forever 21 is going to be Spike and Zecora. The last time Zecora was featured in Friends Forever was in issue number 5, and I wasn't too fond of her characterization in that one. She didn't really give off that grounded, down-to-earth nature that we usually see from her. But anyway, here's a synopsis for this issue. A strange flu has descended over Ponyville. Only two friends find themselves immune, Spike and Zecora. Will the unusual pair be able to find a cure? I'm really wondering where this issue is going to take us as far as where they have to go in order to get the cure. Is it something that they find in Ponyville, or in the Everfree Forest, or maybe somewhere totally different? Then again, this is a single issue story, and they're probably going to spend some time establishing the conflict in the first third, so I can't imagine the cure being too far away from Ponyville, if it's out of Ponyville at all. This is a good opportunity to get some more characterization from both Spike and Zecora, so I'm looking forward to what they have to offer here. Another interesting thing about this issue is that the art is going to be done by Brenda Hickey again. This is going to be the third consecutive issue of Friends Forever where Brenda Hickey has done the art. A part of me wonders why that is, but the other part of me doesn't really care since Brenda Hickey is a good artist, and these next three issues of Friends Forever are pairings that are pretty interesting, so it's good to see her style apply to these characters. I'm not as excited for this one as I am about the Luna and Discord one that's going to come out the month before, but I still got my eye on this issue. Now, this next comic, issue number 35 of Friendship is Magic, is going to be part 2 of the Siege of the Crystal Empire 4-parter. I already talked about how excited I was for this issue when I talked about the September comics a few weeks back. But what makes me want to go back and talk about this arc again is the cover that they're showing for part 2. The link to the image will be in the description. Now, at the center of the issue, we have Radiant Hope, who was Sombra's childhood friend that we saw in issue 1 of Friendship is Magic. Assuming that this is a main cover and not a bonus cover, this could mean that Radiant Hope will have some role to play in this next arc. Whether it's a major role or a minor role, we're not quite sure of yet. Radiant Hope was a character that garnered a lot of interest when the Sombra issue of Friendship is Magic came out. A lot of people speculated that she turned into Chrysalis after the events of that comic, but then the Chrysalis issue came out and flushed that theory down the toilet. So it's interesting to see what they're actually gonna end up doing with her. In the cover, she seems to be fending off these shadow creatures. I originally thought they were changelings, but when I looked closer, they looked more to be like shadow creatures. So they could possibly be other members of Sombra's race, the Umbrum. Moving on to the synopsis, it says, the mystery antagonist reveals the next stage in a diabolical scheme. Will our ponies be able to uncover what role Sombra is meant to play before it's too late? So now we have an actual confirmation in the synopsis that Sombra will be returning in this arc. But instead of being the main villain, he's being used by the main villain. And I have two possible ideas for who the main villain might be. Again, going back to the cover, it looks like Radiant Hope is either repelling the Umbrum or absorbing them. So if she's absorbing them, it could be that she's the mystery villain. Another possibility would be Sombra's mother. We saw that she was in a dormant, crystallized form in the Sombra issue, and it hasn't been said what's happened to her or whether or not they found those crystals and destroyed them, so that's a possibility as well. Maybe she's been biding her energy all this time for this one moment to strike. If Radiant Hope doesn't end up being the mystery villain, then that just begs the question of what role she's meant to play. Again, what is she going to be doing? We know that her special talent has something to do with medicine, so could she have developed a spell that kept her alive all this time? Will she only be appearing in flashbacks similar to Star Swirl in the Reflections arc? There's a lot of possibilities here, and I'm really wondering what they plan on doing. It almost makes me wish that I hadn't come across this synopsis because now I'm even more excited for Siege of the Crystal Empire to come out in September. And I'm sure some of you guys are excited too. So let me know your thoughts down below. Who do you think the mystery villain is going to be? What do you think Radiant Hope's role in this comic is going to be? What do you think of the Siege of the Crystal Empire as a whole? What do you think of Friends Forever issue number 21? Are you more excited for that? Let me know all your thoughts down below, and if you want to see more videos like this where I go over announced comics and discuss my thoughts on them, let me know too. This could be a fun thing that I do on the Sketchy Unscripted series. So again, all thoughts down below, and until next time, keep it sketchy, folks.